To use our centrifuge, you will first need to turn on the centrifuge 1 hour before you intend to use it. If you are performing your centrifuging during regular business hours, we will turn on the centrifuge before you arrive. After it's turned on, it does a countdown for testing, and it will begin the cooling process. However, at this time, you can set the parameters for the centrifuging that you wish to perform. To change the speed at which you will be centrifuging, you will use this keypad here. You can go up or down to adjust the speed. You will want to adjust the speed in gravity there. You will then adjust the duration. So typically for the samples that you will be performing, you're going to want to typically be doing 1200 G for 20 minutes. The temperature is the temperature that the system will be cooling down to. So currently it is 19 degrees and the system is beginning to cool down to 4 degrees. So it's going to take about an hour to cool down. To open the centrifuge, press the open button and then lift the lid. Be careful with the lid, as every once in a while these struts will slowly start to bring that down, so you don't want to accidentally drop it on yourself. Make sure you push it firmly all the way back up to the top. Inside there is a swing rotor. You will see currently there are 2 sets of holders in there. This needs to be balanced for all samples. So the way you will balance your sample is you will take both holders out. You will place your tube or tubes into the holder. If you only have 1 tube, our recommendation is we have several blank tubes located here next to the biohazard waste. You can then place an equivalent tube into the holder. You will then take these over to the balance. You can turn the balance on. And what we're now going to do is balance out the 2 parts of the rotor. So the first is 99.2. The second is 104.2. So we need to add some mass to the first. And you'll be able to do that with the pipette just until they are within 1/10 or so grams of each other. Once you have balanced out the assemblies, you can then take them back and place them in. You will need to balance the centrifuge using the scale located next to the chest deep freezer. To do so, place one of the holders onto the scale. Make note of the mass. Add the other holder, whichever is lighter. Begin to add using the wash bottle located here to it. until you have a mass that is about 0.1, 0.2 kilogram or grams, close to your other holder. This will ensure that the centrifuge is balanced while in use. You then place the holders back into the centrifuge. And you will close the lid. And then once you are at the right temperature and conditions, you will press this button to start, and it will automatically stop once the timer reaches 0.